Why Prince Philip once feared King Charles would struggle as monarch, a complicated father-son bond. In the long history of the British monarchy, few relationships have been as complex, or as deeply analysed, as that between Prince Philip and his eldest son, King Charles III. While the two men ultimately grew to respect and understand one another, royal insiders have long revealed that the late Duke of Edinburgh once doubted whether his son possessed the resolve and focus needed to one day lead the crown. Early doubts and clashing temperaments. According to accounts from those close to the royal household, Prince Philip was never one to hide his opinions, especially when it came to his children. During the 1980s and 1990s, he reportedly voiced concerns that Charles lacked the dedication necessary to make a good king. Royal biographer Giles Brandreth, who knew Philip personally, detailed the Duke's private reflections in his 2021 book Philip, The Final Portrait. He recalled that Philip often spoke of his eldest son with a touch of exasperation and an unmistakable note of sarcasm. Philip, known for his practicality and no-nonsense demeanor, reportedly wished that Charles were more robust, less sensitive, a man of direct action rather than introspection. Their differences were as much philosophical as personal. Philip was the archetypal naval officer, driven by duty and discipline, while Charles was more introspective, artistic, and idealistic. One small but memorable anecdote captured this contrast. In 1986, Philip received a set of carriage-driving gloves, including a pair in a bright lilac shade. With a hint of mockery, he quipped that he would give these to the Prince of Wales, suggesting that the color better suited his son's more delicate tastes. A father's pragmatism versus a son's romanticism. Those who knew Philip best say he valued pragmatism above all else. He reportedly saw himself as a realist, someone who approached life and duty with a sense of purpose rather than emotion. Charles, in contrast, was viewed by his father as a romantic idealist, deeply invested in causes such as the environment, architecture, and spirituality. Philip allegedly believed that Charles's tendency to follow his emotions could make him less suited for the relentless demands of kingship. However, he also acknowledged that his son's compassion and intellect were strengths, even if they expressed themselves differently than his own style of leadership. Despite their differences, the relationship between father and son softened over the years. As both men aged, mutual respect began to replace frustration. Those close to the royals noted that by the time Philip retired from public duties in 2017, he and Charles had reached a quiet understanding. Bonds and contrasts within the family. While Philip's relationship with Charles was complicated, he was said to have had an easier rapport with his daughter, Princess Anne. Friends of the royal family described Anne as sharing her father's forthright and pragmatic personality, while Charles was seen as more reflective, a trait he inherited from his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Charles is more like the Queen, while Anne is very like Prince Philip, recalled Eileen Parker, the wife of Philip's close friend, Mike Parker. He always had more fun with Anne. A son's heartfelt tribute. When Prince Philip passed away in April 2021 at the age of 99, King Charles spoke movingly of his father's lifelong dedication to duty and service. Standing before cameras at Highgrove House, Charles expressed his deep gratitude and admiration for the man who had shaped much of his life. "My father, for the last 70 years, has given the most remarkable, devoted service to the Queen, my family, the country, and the Commonwealth," Charles said. He was a much-loved and deeply appreciated figure. Charles's tribute reflected not only admiration but a sense of reconciliation, the final expression of a bond that had evolved from tension into mutual pride. Though Prince Philip may once have doubted his son's readiness